Hey guys, Papa Dan. We're back again. Okay, let's do the show me your stash video. And I've really been enjoying these videos. Seeing everybody shop and seeing their stash and how many models they have, what models they have. And it's really been interesting. I've really been enjoying them. And so let's start off with, we'll start out here and just kind of work our way around. So I'm going to pick up the camera and we're going to go what Dirk calls wiggly wobbly mode. So take your Dramamine. I don't want anybody getting sick. But let me show you around Papa Dan's models. It's not really that much, but we'll show you around. Hang on just one second. All right, so what you're looking at here, this is actually my bedroom here at the house. And this is my bench, as messy as it is right now. But this is where Caleb and I actually build at. And as you can see, we still have the bullhorn there, the 1/16 scale. That was the group build that I'm trying to work on for MC Model Works group build, and it's all primed. I just gotta do some more painting here and there and actually get started on building it. But that's what that is. And then as you can see, it's just, the bench is a mess right now. There's just all kinds of stuff everywhere. And above the bench here, this is a new addition that I put up. So I took one of the shop lights out of the garage that used to be my wood shop. I've sold all my woodworking tools and I'm completely out of woodworking now. But I brought one of the shop lights from outside and brought that in and put it up here above the bench, which has really helped a lot. And all of the artwork, that's all the end flaps off of the boxes of everything that I've built. One of the last thing that I do when I finish a model is I cut it off and kind of have a little ceremony. I put it up on the wall. So, but there's actually a lot more than this, because I've got, let me show you here if I can get a hold of them. Like I said, this place is a mess, but I've got all these that I've finished and have to get up there. So, but anyways, that's that part. And then my paint rack that I made. You can see all the different paints that I have. And that's probably about, it's a little more than 5.5 foot tall. And I believe it's about 4 foot wide. So yeah, I've got a few jars of paint there. Then over on this side, I'm sure you probably all remember that one that I built, the 2 egg planes coming out of the picture frame there, and I actually made that frame. And then up above that, going to the top, we have the Chris Cortell's appreciation build there, the Blue Angels. And there is the Arizona. And the guy down here on the end, I forget what his name was now. But I love building those little goofy models like that. And then the next shelf down is all the cars that I've built. Well, I built all these with the exception of one, and that's this one right here. And that was a gift from Mason to Caleb. So that one stays here in my room. Caleb's got all his models in his room, but that one is special. That one is really special, and it stays here in my room. So he even autographed it there on the top for him. So that was really cool, Mason. Really cool. Thank you very much, buddy. But that's that. And this one on this end was the Forgotten Show Car little diorama that I did, and the certificate from Modelpalooza down in Orlando. So kind of like a third place award that they do. So I was really proud of that. So that's what that is. But those are all the cars. And that's that wall there. And then just kind of panning quickly so that you don't see the mess. But that's my spray booth right there. And I can vent it out that window that's right there behind it. And then we have my Titanic that I built. And then the old barn find that I built from my brother's picture. He actually found this old one out walking through the woods one day, and he took that picture, and then I built the diorama from that picture. So anyways, just kind of moving along here. This shelf here used to be where I kept my stash. As you can see, it's pretty much empty now, but I was running out of room for my stash, because that shelf was completely full, and I was running out of room for my built models. So I cleaned out my closets, got rid of a bunch of junk, moved my stash into the closet, and now I've got this shelf to put my built models on. And that's the resin kit, the Grinch, that I made. Was that last Christmas or the Christmas before? I think it was Christmas before. No, maybe, I don't know, I don't remember. But, and then the little diorama of Star Wars there, the Stormtrooper on the speeder bike. And that one is still needing to be finished. I need to get back to that one. It's one of the Gundam dioramas. And on the top shelf here is something new, and a new addition to Papa Dan's models, is I've started painting minis, like Gil and Brian, the Atomic Dog. So I'll do a video on these and show you the ones that I've done. But what I'm going to be doing with this shelf here is it's going to be just kind of a generic type diorama. There'll be a couple of little hills here, maybe a little stream running through it, I don't know. But this is where all my minis are going to be, is right up here. And it's, like I said, it's going to be generic. It's not going to be for anything specific like Space Marines or Orcs or the little Reaper minis or anything like that. It's just going to be a generic type scene that they'll all be in. With one exception, and that's these two right here. These are actually the Blood Bowl figures, and I will be painting them. For the human team, I'm going to be painting for, of course, Maize and Blue, Mighty Michigan team. And then the Orc team, I haven't quite decided yet for sure, but they're going to be one of Michigan's rivals. I haven't decided which one yet, because they have a couple of different ones. So they've got that team from down south in that O state there. I don't even like to say the word, but I got that team, or I've got the team that's just a few miles away from them there, Michigan State. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. They'll be on a separate, when I get that one done, they'll be on a separate little diorama, because they're going to actually be on a football field. And let's see, before we get to the closets, I'll show you my Gundams. And that's where I've got all of them at. It's up there on my wall. That's all the Gundams that I've got built. Well, the one right dead center there, obviously that's not a Gundam, that's Venom. But I'm going to be putting a shelf up here on the brackets that are holding up the shop light. I'll be putting a shelf up there, and I believe that's where Venom's going to move over to, because then that will also give me enough room for I have the Goblin, Spider-Man, and Carnage. I've got those 3 vinyl kits. I need to get started on one of those. But that's where they'll all be. So they'll be grouped together, and I've actually been playing around with an idea of doing a background for them and actually having them all in a scene together. So, and then I have just on the shelves to my TV here, right next to my bench, I've got a couple of builds on that. The Star Wars figures, the Bandai Star Wars figures that I've made, a couple of the Bandai Star Blazer $21.99 ships, and that. But alrighty, let's move on over to part A of the stash here, and I hope you can see it because there's not a really good lighting here, but this here, that's the fire truck that I started for the fire diorama for my son. I've got to get back to that. I've got to get that done. But that's what's in that box there. And then we've got a couple of mini sets here, the Blood Bowl figures, and just some more orcs. I've got my the Revell kits here, the Go Mad Nomad, the Z28, and the Tire Bird. And I've still got 2 more Star Wars figures in my stash here that I've got to build, the Boba Fett and Darth Vader. And I want to get the other ones too, because I really enjoyed building those. I got a few weirdo kits here. And then I've actually got a couple of small 1/72 scale tanks and a figure kit. Those are for a diorama that I'm doing with a Gundam. So that's something that'll be coming up here. But going back that way, if you can see it, is another Star Blazer ship and another Gundam and another Master Grade Gundam here, and that's another mini. Moving down a shelf, so these are kind of get into the cars, and again, like I said, if you can see them. But Tom Daniels Troublemaker and Tom Daniels Rommel's Ride that I had found down in Orlando. I'm looking forward to building that one too, because I've got a base in mind for that one. And I'm really, really anxious to do that one too. This is actually a Space Marines tank right there. And then another Master Grade Gundam here. Charger that I had got from Kenny. And I believe this is a chopper that I got from, yeah, that's the chopper I got from Tommy, Colonel Reb, if any of you guys remember him. It's been even longer since he's made a video. Just kidding, Tommy. So, got a couple of more small SD Gundams here, and a 72 Olds Cutlass Supreme. And that's one of my one-to-one cars that I actually owned a 72 Cutlass. And I'm going to be building this one, duplicating what my car looked like. So, then another Master Grade Gundam and another SD. And then the Ferrari Testarossa, and a Lamborghini. And then this is Caleb's little stash right here. He's got the PT Cruiser, and he's got the Lost World Jeep that he was going to make as a buddy build with Chris Cortell to kind of go along with his Jurassic Park dinosaur that he did. And just life got in the way, and my surgeries and everything else, and it never happened. So we still need to do that one. And then he's got the Scooby-Doo, the Polar Light Scooby-Doo van. And he's got a couple of bag kits here. And then the Chevy Blazer, that one's Caleb's. And then I've got some more, another Master Grade Gundam here, and the Plymouth Prowler. There's another Master Grade Gundam right there, and the Gremlin we don't want to talk about. That one's back in the box and will probably stay in the box for a long time. That was another one of my one-to-one builds that I had started, but that is a bad kit. That is a bad kit. But the Batmobile, Caleb, that was actually the snap together and the glue together. They came together in one box. And Caleb has built his Batmobile. I still need to build mine. And then the last one here is the Alter Nomad Caprice. So that's what's in that part of the closet there. Now we go right here across the hall, or on the other side of the hall. This is all of my diorama stuff right here. And then coming down, we've got, this is Caleb's Freightliner. That was a buddy build that he was doing with Chris Chapman. And the only thing we've got to do yet on this one, Caleb has got it's done, it's built, we just got to get the decals on it. Hint, hint, Chris, if you're watching this. But then the two priority, this one and the other priority mailbox there, those are just parts. This box here is where I actually have the Spider-Man, the Carnage, and the Green Goblin. I've got those vinyl kits in there. And this was a gift to Caleb from James Morris. He had sent that to Caleb. So we still got to get that one in there. But then I've got the F-18 Super Hornet, and then the B-25 Mitchell, 1/48 scale, and then I've got another perfect grade Gundam here, which is are the big ones. That's another red frame, and I don't know if I should have pointed them out to you, but the red frame Gundams, I'm building one of each size that they have. I'll show you here in just a second and explain it to you, but that's a perfect grade Gundam there that I need to do one of these days. But the Douglas DC-3, and then two of my Holy Grail kits that I've found, the 69 Camaro and the 57 Chevy. So I got those two, and those are what size are those? 1/12. Those are both 1/12 scale. And then the Black Widow, and that's one of them that I had built a long time ago and blew up with a firecracker. So we're not going to have a repeat of that. And then over that stuff there is just all diorama supplies and whatnot. So, and down here is just more junk, more diorama supplies. I had mentioned that I got rid of all my woodworking, but I kept a lot of this. I've got like about 4 or 5 bags of sawdust like this to use for my dioramas, so I did keep that. So anyways, that's a tour around Papa Dan's models. So anyways, we're up to almost 25 minutes here, so we're going to cut this one off, and we'll talk to you all on the next one. Bye.